down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, and welcome to another exciting, action-packed episode of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt,
And I'm Brezzy.
and this week we are continuing on with doo doot doo doot 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 Jaws 3D. Yep.
Yep.
So we've already talked about Jaws, which is a classic 10 out of 10, wonderful movie. And then we've talked about Jaws 2, which was surprisingly good. And now we're going to talk about Jaws 3.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it holds up. Probably not as good, spoiler alert. But
No.
this is called the original title of this is Jaws 3D because when it was released in theaters, it was in 3D. And then later when it came out on home video, it wasn't in 3D, so they just called it Jaws 3. But
Which is kind of surprising because I think one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets is 3D, and
yeah,
I got like one of those like box set of um a Friday, oh not Friday the 13th, damn it, Nightmare on Elm
no,
Street,
yeah.
all of them, and one of them came with 3D glasses.
Oh,
So
nice.
like I'm kind of like surprised that it didn't come out with some type of 3D glasses. However, if you do actually watch it, Jaws 3D, you can kind of see the 3D effect.
Yeah, you can kind of tell like where it would have been in 3D, and a lot of the shots are really set up with a lot of depth and a lot of perspective. Like even the
Mm.
Universal logo, the stars look like they're out sparkling further than they usually are, and then the Jaws 3D comes out and it like comes shooting out, and it's like you can tell that would have been like in 3D, like coming out in your face.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then it chomps.
Yeah.
So the plot of this one is that the Robert Shinder refused to be in this movie. That's not part of the plot, but it's a true facts. But
Well, didn't he like pass away before 3D came out?
no, they apparently asked him to do it, and he basically said no way in hell. He was done doing Jaws.
Oh, I
So
could have sworn like he passed away like sooner than that.
oh, that could be too. But instead, you have his sons, Mike Brody and Sean Brody, are adults now. We last saw them in Jaws 2 in their little adventures and hijinks in the water.
But the mom's not in there this time.
Yep, no mom this time. I believe she comes back in part 4, right?
Yep, she does.
Okay. Yep. And so we have Mike Brody played by Dennis Quaid and Sean Brody played by John Putch, apparently. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But this one takes place in SeaWorld of all places. I'm assuming in Florida, but I think there's one in San Diego too. But
I think so.
yeah.
But yeah, it's an odd place to have Jaws.
Right? And it's
I
funny
mean,
like how long ago when did you first see this? I should ask you.
oh, probably when it came out, like when Colburn's had their video
Oh,
cassette
sure.
renting, and I watched Jaws 1 and 2. Like I was so like really addicted to those two movies, but
Hmm.
then I didn't realize that it had like Jaws 3 and 4. So I decided I'm like, I'll give it a try. Oh, my God, it's like kind of blah.
Yeah.
Kudos to Dennis Quayle because he's very, very young
Uh-huh.
in that one, like what, 2021?
Right, something like that.
Yep.
And according to the IMDb trivia, he was coked out of his mind in every scene. He says there's not a single scene in the movie where if you see him, he's not coked out of his mind. So that's a fun, makes me want to rewatch it with that in mind.
Right, right.
Um, this one I saw when I was really young. It was my cousins had cable, and um we were watching this on some cable channel, and like it was still relatively new, and I remember there's the part, like we're gonna jump all around, but there's the part where the guy's been dead and missing for a while, and then
Hmm.
it's like the SeaWorld, they have the underwater aquarium where people can go in the water, and then all of a sudden the dead head floats up, and like
Yeah.
you just see like the gross like rotten head, and my one cousin freaked out so bad, was like traumatized by that.
Right? When did this movie came out again?
I think 1983.
Oh, I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah. Sure, rub it in. No,
Yeah,
but
I wasn't even born yet.
um but I think I saw it in like 85 or something. Yeah, 1983. So,
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
you were pretty young.
Yeah, I was like single digits, like 6 or 7 or something like that. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Um, but yeah, that part really stuck. I remember a lot. But the funny thing is I didn't remember it was actually SeaWorld. I remembered that it was just some sort of water, like aquarium. And
Hmm.
then when I was watching it again, I haven't seen it for like 20 years or more. And when I was watching it again, I was like, holy crap, it's actually SeaWorld. It's not just some generic like ocean world that they, made up just for the movie. It's like this is an actual place. That's I can't believe SeaWorld agreed to let them film Jaws there.
Well, like when you're like a kid watching all these horror movies, you don't really, our brains don't pick up the stuff, versus,
Right.
adulthood. So when you watch it, I'm like, oh my God, I thought I was scared when I was a kid. Why would I be scared now? Like,
Right.
you know?
True. So Sean and I already forgot their names, Jojo and Scooby. No, Mike and Sean Brody are one's working at SeaWorld, the other comes to visit. He's afraid of the water because of his past history of sharks.
Hmm.
And Mike is dating the marine biologist, Dr. Catherine Morgan, played by Bess Armstrong. And Sean hooks up with one of the water skiers, Kellyanne Bukowski, played by Leah Thompson, who is Marty McFly's mom in Back to the Future, and she's also
Yep.
from Minnesota. So
Oh,
there's,
interesting.
yep. I always got to point out the Minnesota people when they
Of
when they pop
course.
up. So
Of
so
course.
yeah. So she gets him out on. So what happens is there's this underwater world, and it leads out into the actual ocean, but they have gates to keep the regular stuff from the ocean from coming in. But right away at the beginning, you see the gates are like flopping open and stuff's going on. And they're like, "Oh, I got a malfunction in the gate." And so then what happens is the shark gets in, the great white shark, and attacks a few.
Didn't it like a baby went in there first?
Yeah, see what
Yep.
happens is they capture the shark, and I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting him to capture the shark. And then I'm like, this shark is way, like, I totally forgot about the plot of this movie. I was like, this shark is way smaller than Jaws. Like, this isn't no Bruce, you know? Like this is just some wienery little shark. And then all of a sudden they put it in. Louis Gossett Jr. is Calvin Bacard, who is running the aquarium. He puts it in the exhibit too early, and it flops over sideways and dies. And then you find out
So
that
they thought.
exactly. But the real shark is Mama Shark, and that's the true
Who
Jaws of
knows? It
Jaws
might
3.
be, who knows? It might be Bruce's girlfriend
It could
or
be.
or wife. I mean,
Maybe that was Bruce's wife and kid.
yeah,
And they followed Mike Brody and Sean Brody to SeaWorld. They're like,
yeah.
fuck these guys. We're gonna fuck with them the rest of their life because they killed our dad, my husband and your dad. We're gonna go
Uh-huh.
get them.
Yeah.
I like that. That's my new head canon for Jaws 3.
Good. Because that's what I think. Like, oh my God, like now they're having a baby. It's like Bruce or Bruce's freaking son, daughter, or I don't know. They don't
Yeah.
really specify if it's a female or a male, but so
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they. Well, they called it boy. She's like this boy. She kept referring it as the boy, so or like the guy, or I think anyway.
okay, so a son.
Yeah, so Bruce Jr. and his wife Kathleen. I don't know. That's just the first name that
Yeah,
popped
just
into my
make a
head.
name up.
Yup. Um. So eventually the shark gets loose, and there's shenanigans. So. There's some coral divers that are like trying to steal coral from SeaWorld apparently, and they get eaten by one of the sharks. And then there's the maintenance guy, he gets eaten by one of the sharks, and they just assume he was drunk and hasn't shown up. And then you see his dead body float up, and it's that's the part I was talking about before. And then they're like, there's a shark. So then they capture Bruce Jr. Then they find out about Bruce Kathleen, and she comes out. It goes on the rampage, and they have to stop it. And people are trapped in the tunnels, and water's getting in there. And holy shit, Jaws 3. So,
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, there's not much to Jaws 3D.
yo,
I mean, there's not too much. I mean, there's a little bit of good shark killings,
mm-hmm.
but it's a little bit dull to me.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple cool killings where like the shark bites and then you see like the chunks and the blood and it's like you could tell that in 3D that would have
Yeah.
been really cool. Like that would have looked awesome. I wonder how well the 3D worked back in 1983. If it was
Yeah, I
pretty
kind of
decent
always
for.
kind of wonder about that too.
Yeah. But so yeah, it kind of drags. There's a one thing I thought was weird. I don't know if it was something to do with the fact that they made so many scenes to be 3D, but like a lot of the voices seem dubbed in the dialogue. Like instead of having
Yeah.
people talk, it'll be like an overhead shot of a boat, and then it'll be like them explaining like what we need to do is get the shark underneath in the belly, and it's like there's a whole lot of that where you can tell the dialogue is dubbed in like after the
Yep.
fact, and it's like why is that? It's kind of off-putting, kind of takes me
Yeah.
out of the movie.
Yeah, that's
But
what I was saying. Like it was like a little bit like it was dull and it was just it doesn't really grab you.
right, and how many times do they say the Spanish galleon? They keep talking about the freaking Spanish
Oh
galleon. That's part
yeah.
of the underwater world. What about the Spanish galleon? Every time they said Spanish galleon, I wanted to throw something at the TV.
Yeah, they said that multiple times. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yep. One part I thought was kind of cool was they go to talk to Louis Gossett Jr. and convince him that there's a bigger shark on the loose, and he's like sitting in this chair with the aquarium, like the window leading out to the water behind him. And as they're talking, all of a sudden you get this like point of view shot where everyone's freaking out, and then you see the shark is like in the window right behind him. It's like there's
You
your
know, that
proof
kind
right
well,
there.
yeah, that kind of reminds me, that scene kind of reminds me of one, the Meg,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
then two, um, I'm drawing a blank. Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, yep, yep. I can see that. I can.
So when you said that, I'm like, those two movies remind me of those.
Mm-hmm. Um, have you ever been to Underwater World at the Mall of America?
Is it the like Sea World
SeaWorld, yeah,
something?
it used to be called Underwater World. Now it's called like Sea Life or Sea something.
Yeah, Sea Life. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
in there like
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, that's kind of like what this is in a way, except it's not connected to the ocean. It's in the basement of the Mall of America.
Yeah,
But you go walking.
it's a fun area.
Yup. I'm totally, if I ever go there again, I'm gonna be expecting to see like a dead body come floating up out of the
Oh
bottom,
gosh.
or a giant shark just come swimming up to the glass. Like, oh crap, where'd that come from?
The only part in there I like is the jellyfish.
Yeah, yeah. Jellyfish freak me out, kind of actually. I'd be, I'm more scared of jellyfish than I am of sharks.
What the heck?
They're- true confessions on the Talk Bloody with Me podcast.
You never know what we come up with.
Yep, exactly. Fucking
It's like us
jellyfish.
fans or your guys' fans are getting to know us really well here.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so
I have
what?
it since you're on the jellyfish subject,
Mm-hmm.
since you're scared of jellyfish,
Yep.
you know what I so, so I actually ate a jellyfish.
What? Where was that at?
Oh, it was some like Chinese restaurant down in Minneapolis.
Oh, nice.
And somebody like dared me, and I'm like, no. And so like they're like, oh, so they pay me about I don't know, 150 bucks just to eat a jellyfish.
Oh, wow. Hell
And I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God. And I'm not really a seafood type person. I'm very particular and picky about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a plate full, like a little small plate, like a dish. And
Mm-hmm.
it was just like not the top part, but the tentacles. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. And
Yeah.
it yeah, and it looks like cooked down ramen.
Yeah.
And so like when I ate, like I took a bite and it was very crunchy.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it was very crunchy and there was absolutely no taste. So I know like this is nasty. Like this is so gross. But I finished it, so
There you go.
nasty.
Yeah. I didn't like anything, any part of that. Like I like that. I like that you got paid to do it though. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Nice. So what else? What other exciting things happen in Jaws 3? Is
Not really too much really that happens. I mean, there's few snippets that I kind of like, but
hmm
I always skip that one. If I'm really, really bored or something to pass out to, I'll throw on Jaws 3D.
right? It kind of honestly it reminded me of in a way just the feeling of Halloween 3 that we reviewed last week. And what I mean by that is that there's two really good movies before it. There's the original, which is a all-time classic, and then there's a second one that's like, wow, this is still really good. And then there's a third one that's kind of weird and different and seems like it's more shitty, for lack of a better word, but
It's
not
kind of
where.
like it's similar to like Basket Case in a way.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. What is it? The
Basket
movie.
Case 3.
Some movies just can't go to three. Three is the killer
Yeah,
for them for some
I mean
reason,
it's still kind of good. I mean, don't
right?
get me wrong, Basket Case 3 is pretty damn good,
Right.
but that's better than Jaws 3D, in my opinion.
Right on. Um, so kind of like Halloween 3, I wanted to like this way more than I actually did. Like I was getting excited watching it again, like noticing the parts that were in 3D and it's like, oh my God, it's SeaWorld and oh, it's Leah Thompson and oh, this is gonna be so cool. And there's like 10 minutes of water skiing and it's like, okay, and then there's like 10 more minutes of water skiing and then later on there's 10 minutes of water skiing and then after that there's 10 minutes of water skiing and it's like, what's with all the fucking water skiing in this movie? And
I had no idea.
Jaws bites one. He bites Leah Thompson when they have a big wipeout when they're water skiing. I guess it's supposed to build tension because there's like 10 juicy morsels just
Yep,
being trolled around for Kathleen and Bruce Jr. to eat. But
that's a lot of munching.
yeah. So, what would you rate Jaws 3?
See, this one's kind of hard because I like the 3D effect.
Uh-huh.
And I do like, Michael and Sean,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I want the if the mother was involved in 3D, I think it will be a little bit better.
Yeah.
I do like Dennis Quayle in this movie because he was really young. So I don't know, I'm kind of toss up between 4 and 5 in the middle.
Yeah. That's
I'll
what
give
I
it like a I don't know, 5.
Five, that sounds good. I agree with you completely. I was thinking either five or six. And I think I was in the same thing of as Halloween 3 last week, where it's like I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I wanted to like it. And I think I'm gonna settle on five too. Like it's
Yep.
entertaining, there's fun moments, and it's cool to see, and you get kind of some 80s vibe in it, and it's fun to pick out where like, oh, I bet that would have looked awesome in 3D.
Yep.
But the actual story and kills and some of that's all kind of lacking. There are some really fakey looking parts too, where
Oh
like
yeah.
I don't know if this was probably pre CGI, so I don't know what they were doing to make that
Well,
shark.
plus
But
they're trying to make it as a 3D too, so it
true,
looks, really fake-ish.
yep, true. That's a good point. So yeah, five out of 10 for Jaws 3D,
Yeah,
and
I agree with you.
yeah. And how did they kill the big shark?
I kind of forgot about that one.
The one guy had a grenade, and then I think his arm gets eaten off or something, and then Dennis Quaid reaches, like, sees inside the mouth that the arm and the grenade is still
Oh
hanging in
yeah.
there, and then he pulls the pin, and bada boom.
Yep.
He says, "Hey, forget about it, bada boom."
Boom.
Yeah,
At least he's not saying "smy you son of
yeah, exactly.
a."
And then him and Catherine, Dr. Catherine Morgan, ride off into the sunset, metaphorically speaking.
Hmm.
Um, and it's like, yeah, her voice annoys me. Side note.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what, just to really be nitpicky, but her like the whole movie, I was like, what is with her fucking voice? Her voice bugs me,
She is kind of a little snobby though.
right? I think it's her attitude. Something about her
Yeah.
attitude. It's like, what the fuck? Chill out, lady.
I don't know.
Oh, and there's dolphins. We completely forgot about
Yeah, dolphins. Yeah.
Daphne and Denise or Cindy. It's Cindy and I don't remember.
Cindy and something.
The dolphins are agitated the entire movie, but they come through at the end with a
They
surprise.
knew it was something coming up.
Right, those dolphins, they were like, "Fuck this." There's fucking
I love dolphins.
Jaws. You know? All right.
All
So
right.
there you have it. You learned all about eating sea urchin and Jaws, Dennis Quaid being coked out of his mind, and Jaws 3D. Thanks for listening, and tune in next week for even more excitement.
Okay, see ya.